Hello, class. Welcome to week 2 of Music Appreciation. First of all, I'd just like to thank you for all of your blog posts last week. It was a great way for me to get to know a little something about each of you, and I was really impressed with the writing and the tone of the writing. I felt that you all just really took that assignment and ran with it, and so I want to thank you very much for doing such a wonderful job. Just a reminder for your blog this week, keep thinking about using good netiquette, and that of course means that respectful discussions with each other. If you haven't read this little note over here on course info expectations, if you click here, it comes up, there's a little bio about me, just a tiny bit, and there's a little bit of, quite a bit actually, of writing about course information and expectations, and I talk about my late policy, I talk about requirements and participation and netiquette policy. So please go ahead and read that. That would be a really good thing for you to do this week. Now back to Learning Module 2. For those of you who are in Section 53, the look of your website right now is going to match my desktop of blue. But for Section 52, it's going to be that kind of green and orange style. So I have them color-coded, but it's the same materials in both sections. So if we go down here to week 2, rhythm, melody, and harmony, that's where we're going to be working this week. Just a quick note, if you want to take a look at concert report assignments and concert schedules, I don't really want to talk a whole lot about it yet, because you have until later in October actually before the first concert report assignment is due. But go ahead and take a look in there if you have a little time this week to read about it. And it has the attachments, the PDFs of the concert report forms. They're very detailed, and we also have to think about what kind of concert opportunities we're going to be highlighting for you. And I have an attachment here that just downloaded, so I'll go ahead and open it if it wants to open. There we are, concert opportunities. And it's not a very complete listing of concerts because we are not even aware of some of the concert schedules yet. University of New Mexico, UNM, is one of the best places to go because the concerts are very affordable there, or even free. Here we go. So if you take a look here, you can see that it's just a starting point, and at UNM we have the UNM Symphony. There's a concert coming up October 4th at 7:30 p.m. They're going to be playing Beethoven and Debussy. They have another concert Thursday, November 10th. And you all need one symphony orchestra performance that you need to attend. And some of the professional opportunities are very expensive. So these concerts are maybe $5 with your student ID, so very affordable. The cost of a fancy cup of coffee or a McDonald's lunch perhaps. So just be aware that the symphony concert is required. One of your 2 concert reports needs to be a symphony. Then we go down here, we have the New Mexico Philharmonic Orchestra. Their very first program of the fall is coming up very soon, and it's extremely expensive. It's a fundraiser, so seats are more expensive than usual. They're $40. Looking down here at the 12th of November and the 19th of November, these concerts are still $22 each, but sometimes they will release some student tickets that are very affordable, under $10. But $10 or less for a professional symphony ticket is a really great price. And So I will try to alert you when something comes up. Opera is also an option, and so that's something that you can look at. Opera Southwest. There's an opera coming up this fall by Rossini, an Italian opera. Now you can fill in your other concert with anything from this University of New Mexico calendar. If you take a look at this link here, this is a fantastic link, and hopefully it's active. I'm not sure if it's going to be active from my Word. It's not. Okay, so you go here. I really wasn't going to do this yet, but I think this is not a bad thing for us to look at together. So I'm going to open up another window, paste it in, and we'll go there. So the activities calendar is very detailed, and there are a lot of great things going on at UNM. You may attend for your second concert. It could be the first one you go to or the second one you go to. I really don't care, but you just need to plan to attend one symphony orchestra concert. For something else, you have, it's like such a buffet, such a smorgasbord. Here we have saxophone and percussion music faculty recital. These recitals sometimes have a small fee. You see this says $5. If you opt for a student performance, like here's a graduate recital, a trumpet recital, it says free to attend. The student concerts of just one student or a small group tend to be very inexpensive. A guest professional trio like the Kandinsky Trio, that is an amazing price for a professional trio, $5. That's just amazing. So that's a concert that I would be interested in attending myself probably. So we go down here, we have a French horn recital, a piano studio recital, a cello recital. The ones we have to stay away from are the Suzuki Lab School recitals. They're adorable people, but these are young children. So I'm really not looking for that for a concert report. It's not appropriate for that. So just about anything else, here's the October concert in Keller Hall, which is the same building as Popejoy Auditorium. Many of you have been to functions, I bet, at Popejoy before. It does cost $5, but again, that's just a great price. And they have a little bit about the program, so you have a chance to look up the composer, maybe listen to the music a little bit so it's not new to you. Concert choir is a great example of a student performance that's not a symphony you could go to. That's $5 for your ticket there. Las Cantantes, I know the director for that group. She's really fabulous, Maxine Thévenot, and it's a wonderful group. It's a ladies choir from the university. So the Wind Symphony, another faculty recital, and it just keeps going. The opera theater is a workshop. That's probably not going to be the same as regular opera. So you're going to all need to do one concert by the third week of October. So let's just keep this on our radar screens. We'll talk more about it later. And it's also a great topic for office hour, should you want to talk to me at office hour. I can meet with you face-to-face at an office hour. I have a cubicle at Montoya on Thursdays, and I'm there from 9:30 to 10:30 and or 3:30 to 4:30. But if you want to meet with me face-to-face, you need to let me know, because I might be doing my office hours from a coffee shop or my house, or since it's online, it could be just about anywhere that has an internet connection. But if we need to meet face-to-face for straightening out big questions or mini questions, I could even meet up with you, say, down at main campus. That would be okay. All right, let's think about week 2 now. This week, there is no video exercise. The video exercise, the icebreaker at the beginning of chapter 1, did confuse some people, and I apologize if that was the case for you. As it turns out, I'm having some issues actually with Cengage and this particular activity. I can't see anybody's answers, and I'm in the process of trying to figure out why with them, and they are going to be talking to me later this week about that. The happy thing is, for everybody who submitted listening exercise 1.1, you will also receive 5 points for the video exercise. I'm just going to assume that you took a shot at that. I will be grading those mainly for participation, for making a good effort. You don't have to get everything right about it, just take a stab at the questions. So we have chapter 2 this week, and that's rhythm, melody, and harmony. Here's the link, the Cengage link. And I really think that I'm a big believer in different learning modalities, so I would like everybody to read chapter 2 in your ebook. And then I would also like for you to click on the YouTube video of chapter 2 that I've prepared for you. I really worked hard on that for you. And so you have a chance to hear me talk about things and hear my wonderful haha singing. And it's another way to go over the material. And also, you can see the active listening guides here are broken out. These come from chapter 2, but you might want to just go through the basics of rhythm and extra time save to study. Or you want to take a look at the active listening guide and extra time for consonants and dissonance, and you don't want to go through the chapter piecemeal. You first need to read through the chapter, and then after you've done that, you will be able to link directly to any of these activities to review them or do them a second time. There are 4 listening exercises this week. The first 3 weeks of the semester are pretty heavy for listening exercises, and then we have fewer per week. But these are so important because the test questions that are not based on the instruments of the orchestra, the main body of your first exam is going to be about that. They're going to be listening to these different listening examples in these quizzes and responding. And I've actually pulled the test questions directly from many of these quizzes. So these are important, and I really don't care if you want to submit these more than once. I'll take your highest score. It will automatically come in because I have it set that way. So if you would like to look at feedback right away, I want you to make an earnest attempt at each question, but then get the feedback, see if you're on the right track or not. You will know if you need to repeat doing an exercise over or not. So 4 of these exercises, and then we have the Beat the Clock quiz again. This is not for any points, the Beat the Clock quiz. And it's just a way for you, again, to kind of work with this information and start getting used to really putting all the information together into a working dialogue in your mind. So the last thing I have not talked about yet is the Music Exploratorium, and it's another blog. It's 25 points, just like this last week. I was extremely pleased with all of your blog entries, and I felt that they were appropriate lengths. Almost all of them were 3 full paragraphs, which was fantastic. When you respond to a peer's blog, please make sure that you respond with a full paragraph, not just maybe 1 sentence. That's just one correction I'd like to see, a little more fleshed out responses on your part. Also, let's just talk about netiquette. And I know it's a buzzword and all, but what does that mean? It's good manners online. And so far, it's been great. If you do reference something that has strong language or something, you might want to give us a heads up in your entry, just so nobody gets surprised. And they might opt not to click on a link that you reference if it has strong language, for instance, and most people may not even care, but just the good netiquette is is warning everybody, oh, this might be kind of strong. Another thing is the professional tone, which all of the blogs have had so far. So keep it up. I will speak to you one-on-one with an email if I am concerned, or as I grade your blog. Also, many of you have already opened up with personal stories that have been inspiring and also detailed. And so one of the things is it's okay for you to say that you so-and-so is in your class because it's a mutual friend or something. But remember that when you're talking about anything relating to blogs, you can say, this person in my class inspired me very much because of the obstacles he's overcome. But please don't use any names. Keep identities anonymous. Don't talk in a great amount of detail about your classmates, even if you leave their names out of things, because this is a safe space for us all to operate in, and if we choose to open up to each other, that is still a trust that we're building with each other. So keep identities anonymous if you do talk about any classmate blogs, please. That's about all I have for this week. The Music Exploratorium is an exciting activity. I found it when I was training to teach online, and it actually was part of the class I took last year, so this is what it looks like. And you're going to have a chance to interact with these online activities. And there's the dot mixer, the kitchen syncopation, step remix, online drum circle, and the Headlands experiments. And one of these is not active. Actually, I think it's the online drum circle. So, so some of these things are cultural touch points around the world about different types of instruments. We see here is steel drum, and the location where it originated was Trinidad and Tobago. There's the djembe, which is an African instrument, and and you have a chance to click on them and actually learn a little bit about maybe the inspiration for these instruments. And so also you can have a chance to view a demonstration. So that's pretty cool. So that's Take the Beat Back. The Headlands experiments are a series of videos of just experiments about sound. I really want you to just think about sound and music and tones this week a little bit. We kind of break things down to their basic levels. The step remix is a fun activity. Almost all of these I really have fun interacting with, and so you just need to make sure that you all follow the directions. Oh boy, I actually didn't mean to do that. Going back here. Follow the directions that are on the blog, just like you did so well this week. Also, you have an activity where you're going to actually make a musical instrument this week. It doesn't have to be complicated, but just make sure that you read your blog directions carefully. So I think that's all for this week. And please, if you're coming up against a difficulty and starting to get frustrated, stop, email me, stop, text me, and maybe go on to a different activity inside the week's assortment of activities. So thank you very much for your hard work so far, and I wish you luck this week, and I'll be looking forward to hearing from you.